Tiny kitten sees food for the first time in days and can't contain his excitement. But before we start, please take a moment to give this video a like, subscribe to Happy World, and hit the bell so you'll never miss these great stories. Famine is a problem all over the world, and people aren't the only ones going to bed hungry. In many poor countries, there are lots of stray animals who scrounge for food daily, many times without success. It's a struggle that only a lucky few are able to survive. A woman in India named Aisha Mohan came across one particularly famished kitten outside the hotel where she was staying. Instead of treating her like any other stray, she decided to bring her inside and offer the poor thing a feast. The kitten's reaction was something she couldn't have predicted. Aisha Mohan is an actress from India who has appeared in a number of different Hindi language films, popularly known as Bollywood films, in her home country. But that's not the only thing that makes her special. Recently, Aisha was staying at a hotel in her home country when she suddenly came across something that made her take pause. She knew she had to take action the moment she saw it. Aisha had stumbled upon a kitten who clearly hadn't eaten in days. She decided that the best thing to do was to welcome the kitten into her hotel room and offer her some love, shelter, and most importantly, food. If you've ever gone a significant amount of time without food, you know how frustrating and even physically painful it can be. For stray kittens who are essentially helpless without their mothers, that's especially true. This little one really needed help. The kitten was clearly in dire need of some nourishment after surviving an obviously long time without any food in her belly. She was quite vocal the entire time that she was in the hotel room too. Of course, the kitten's best bet would have been to visit a professional veterinarian, but that wasn't an option here. She was lucky that Aisha even noticed her at all and took the initiative to help out. But would Aisha be able to feed her in time? Aisha was able to scrounge up some food for the hungry kitty, who at that point was meowing furiously and scrambling all over the hotel room. She couldn't wait to eat for the first time in what seemed like a while. Just look at her go. The moment the kitten spotted a plate of food that Aisha had set down on the floor, she launched off the bed at the speed of light. How she managed to summon up so much energy after starving for so long shocked Aisha. Not everyone is necessarily well equipped to rescue a stray cat, let alone a kitten. They require a lot of patience and care, of course. Still, in the end, it's almost always a rewarding experience, not just for the kitten, but the rescuer too. Though there's no doubt that cats have unique personalities, they're known as much for their sass as they are for their affectionate natures. They typically show their appreciation as they grow into adulthood, like this pair of rescued kittens. It's not always easy to raise a rescue cat though. They often have trust issues from their rough lives out on the streets. Thankfully, they have a few things in common with their domestic counterparts. They love sleep, for instance. Thankfully, cats typically become more secure and comfortable in their adopted homes after many years of living with their new owners. Sometimes they just innately know what's right for them. While it's not clear whether or not Aisha decided to permanently adopt this kitty, the little cutie must have appreciated the small amount of time she was able to spend off the street. Aisha could tell the kitty was excited by the way she gobbled up the food. Sadly, this kitten's situation is not an altogether unique one. In the United States alone, it's estimated that there are roughly 70 million stray cats who have to struggle each and every day for food and other basic necessities. You can imagine it's much worse in underdeveloped countries like India. Luckily, there are a number of different organizations dedicated to helping stray cats around the world. One such organization is Alley Cat Allies, which works to protect the lives of stray cats on a global scale. There are many different things that you could do to help stray cats in your neighborhood too, no matter where you live. There are ways to help even if you can't welcome a cat into your home like Aisha did. Besides volunteering your time, you can always make charitable donations, both large and small. Whether the operation is going towards a local animal shelter or a larger scale operation, it's definitely appreciated. Of course, one of the best ways to help cats in need is to adopt them on a permanent basis. A responsible, loving pet owner can ensure a lifetime of health and happiness for a cat, which makes a world of difference in the long run. Sure enough, According to Aisha, that's exactly what happened to her new friend. After 5 months, a nice family adopted her. She wrote in the description of her YouTube video of the kitten. Finally, Aisha's adorable furry friend could live in a home off the streets and presumably eat as much food as she could fit into her little belly. It just goes to show how far one small act of kindness can go for a helpless creature. Aisha's a hero, and so are the family members who adopted this little kitten. The world needs more people like these kind-hearted souls. Share this kitten story with your friends.